Welcome back from the break. Now we said we are going to another thing, which is examples when we are dealing with the row reduction to echelon form. So if they give you a question, like we are considering the first question, which is from the other previous examples which we did, that is 3x minus 1 minus 2z as we keep the 0. Also another one is x plus 3y minus z equals 5. Then the other one is 2x minus 1, then plus 4, z must give us 26. Now when it comes to this question, when you're dealing with row reduction to echelon form, what we do, we call this one to be our row 1, this one be our row 2, this one be our row 3. So we are expressing this equation in terms of rows. This is row 1, row 2, row 3. Now we know that when we are dealing with matrices, like in those questions of like you are transforming a matrix, an object to an image, we say that there you introduce, like you are transforming an object A to an image. This one you write it as A prime. So this is the thing which we are going to deal here with. Like now, when we are dealing with row reduction to echelon form, we do it 3 times. So that means we are transforming from, like if it is A to A prime, then to another one which is A prime prime. So those are the 3 things which we deal with to reach on the final answer. We are beginning on the question. We said the first thing is to write it in a matrix form by just representing the constants. So here we begin, and you must write the constants with their signs. Don't leave out the signs. So this one is negative 1, 2, that is 1, 3, negative 1, that is 2, negative 1, 4. So you multiply it with the variables, which is x, y, and z. Must give us this side the answers, which is 0, 5, 26. And so that's the arrangement of our equations in terms of in form of the matrix. So we said from there, we said we write it in argument matrix, in the argumentative matrix. So for this case, it will be 3, negative 1, 2, that is 1, 3, negative 1, 2, negative 1, 4. So we said we put a semicolon, then we put in the answer for it, also this one, and also the last one, which is 26. Then this is the thing which we deal with, the argumentative. We don't deal with this, only this one, the argumentative. Then from there, we say this one, we are going to call it, row 1. Row 1, this is row 2, row 3. That's how we are going to call it. Now, we are going to move this one from row 1 to row 1 prime, and row 2 to row 2 prime, but while following the principles. On the principles we say this one here you must make sure that they are in form of 0. And these ones we say they must be in form of 1. So you have to take note of that. So here, now the elimination now comes in because we cannot solve these ones to be equal to 0 when we don't have elimination in our formula. So for that case, here we are going to transform now this one to the other side. To this side of, like if we are getting the image of R1, it will be R1 prime. So how do we get R1 prime? Now for the first row, you don't tamper with it, just say row 1 equals row 1 prime. That one remains the same. So for that case, when you are writing it this side, it will be 3, negative 1, 2 and with a 0. So it will be like that. So now we go to the second one. The second one, this one we must make it to become a 0. But you see, how can I make it become a 0? Like now for this case, you consider the row 1 and row 2. So you have to subtract the row 2 from row 1 or row 1 from row 2. But it is better for you to subtract the row 2 from row 1. What do we do? Make sure that also this one, if this one is 3, also make sure that it is a common digit between the two rows. So if this one is 3, also make sure that this one is 3. So how do you make it? You say it is 3 row 2. That means you're multiplying this row by 3, the whole of it. Then minus the row 1. Row 1 you are not multiplying anything because it is already 3. So must give us R2 prime. So for that case, you apply it here, you say, that means this one will become now a 3 minus the 3, which will give us a 0. So also now we go to this one, also multiplied by 3, which is a 9, then minus a negative 1, it becomes a 10. Then we are here, which is, this one becomes negative 3, then minus the R1 which is a 2, negative C minus, which is a negative 5. So now we are here, this one, 3 times 15, 3 times 5 we get 15. So minus 0 becomes, this side becomes 15. That's why I said this side it goes on changing, it does not remain the same. So now we are on this one, the R3. We are going to change it to R3 prime. What we do, since this one has a 2, we consider this one and this one, not this and this. So we have to consider R3 and R1. Then also when you are considering R2, consider it with R1. So for this case, we shall say, we multiply this one by 3, now this one multiply it by 2. In order for us to get a 0 there, so it becomes this 2, no, it is 3, R3, then minus, because they will be of the same sign, so minus 2, R1. So this one will give us R3 prime. So now for that case, we multiply now. This one will be 6, and also this one will be 6. So that one will give us a 0. 6 minus 6 is a 0. So now we are here. This one will be negative 3, negative C, then minus that value. When you multiply with a negative 2, you get a positive 2. So it will be negative 3 plus a 2. Negative 3 plus a 2 get negative 1. So now we are here on this one, 3 times 4, which is 12, then minus the 4, 2 times 2, which is a 4. So 12 minus a 4, you get 8. So b equal to the other side, which is 26. 26 times a 3, that is 26, 26. That is 52. Then plus 26, you get 78. So it becomes 78. No, it is not yet 78 because it is this one times 3, which is 78. Then from there, we are here, this one is this, which is 0. So it becomes again 78. So after getting this one we are saying it is R1 prime, R2 prime, R3 prime. So now we are going also to change this one to the last part. Then we said that we moved it 3 times. The first one, then the second time, then we are reaching now the answer after finishing the second time. Make sure that all of these ones are 0. So we have 2 zeros, we are also supposed to make that one to be a 0. So, as usual, this one remains the same. You say you see R1 prime is the same as R1 prime prime. So this one will remain as 3, -1, 2 with a 0. So also the other one, this one also will remain the same, that R2 prime is the same as R2 prime prime. So it becomes 0, 0, 10, then -5 and 15. So now we are here. For this case, we will have to make this one to be a 0. So that means you're going to multiply this one by 10 and this one by -1. 10 and -1. So for that case, it will be R3 prime, because this one we are multiplying it by 10. 10 R3 prime, then minus, also we are going to multiply this one by negative, because this one is negative, also this one must be of the same sign. So this one becomes negative R2 prime. Don't use this one because this one and this one, they have no same place values. The place values are not the same, so you use this one and this. So R2 prime. So when you subtract the 2, here it will remain as 0. So here it will be, this one will be -10 minus a -10, which is -10 minus a -10, so which will be the 0 here. So now we are here on this one, which is 10 times this, which is 80, minus the negative of this, which is 5, which is 10 minus 5. So it is 10 minus -5. So which is a 5. Which is a 5. It is 10, which is 80, minus a 5, which becomes 75, must be equal to what? So we are on this side now. This one now becomes 10 times this one, which is 780, minus, now this one, it becomes negative 15. So for this case, it will be an addition. So for this, it is 95. So when you divide, so for that case, here it will be 795. So that will be our answer. So, and we say this one must make it to be a degree of 1. This one here, it must be a degree of 1. So what do? We have to divide here by 3 by 6 row out, here by 10, here by 75, so that we can make it in terms of 1. So for that case, it will be the 3 here it is -1, 2 with a 0, then 0, 10, -5, and 15. So here is 0, 0, 75, 795. 795. Okay, so after having this one, we are saying we are dividing all through. Here divide by 3, here by 10, here by 75, according to what we have. So here what we have is, when divide by 3, you have 1, you have -1/3, here you have 2 out of 3, here you have 0. So when you divide 0 by 3, you get a 0. Also this side you have 0. This one will be 1 when divided by 10. This one will be -1/2. When divide 5 by 10, you get -1/2. Then 15 divided by 10, you get 3 out of 2. So also this one will be 0, 0. Here it is 1. Then here it becomes 295 out of 75. So now we are dealing with this. So remember here it is 1, 1, 1. Then that means here we can continue. So first of all, when you divide 795, 795 divided by 75. When you divide it by 75, you get 10 point. When you divide it by 75, you get 10.6. So here it will be the same as saying 1 and negative a third, 2 out of 3, 0. Then here 0, 1, negative a half, 3 out of 2. So now here it becomes 0, 0, 1. Then here it becomes 10.6. So now after that part, after that we are now going to write it in the other form, in form of this one. So it must be, which is 1 negative a third, then 2 out of 3. Then this one becomes 0, 1, negative a half. Then the other one is 0, 0, 1. Then here multiplied by x, y, z,